Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. That's the Appleton Oak. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today we are taking a look at Loki, and we're on episode 2. So far, it's been a pretty wild ride. A lot of good memories for us, I think, going through here. So I'm excited to really see where this story goes.
Yeah, interesting that we just got our new decoration here for the studios. If I have to explain what this is,
too late.
Whatever. But anyhow, we're diving into some time travel, which of course is always a lot of fun because what has the potential for messing up the entire universe, multiverse, more than time travel? Nothing. Episode 2. Can't wait to get into it.
All right. With that being said, let's go.
When I watched Infinity War and Endgame, I don't think I've watched them multiple times.
No, it's
I watched those once, enjoyed the stories, and was done. They're just not the type of movies that I watch repeatedly. So some of this stuff is a little hazy.
Yeah.
It's been a few years. Oshkosh, Wisconsin?
Wait,
what? What? That's like 20 miles from where we're at right now.
1985.
How random. Where in Oshkosh? Didn't they have Oshkosh and Tommy Boy? I think they did.
I think they might have.
Oh, you guys aren't dressed right. So.
Variant detected, Commander.
The Stargate convention is down the road.
Some of us need this, you know.
That wasn't what's-her-name from WandaVision, was it?
No, I don't
No,
think so.
it must have just looked like her.
Was it
No nexus
the
on its
guitarist
own.
from Metallica? Kurt?
Stop it.
This guy.
You guys know me and actors' names.
The trap, watch your back.
That's a trap!
Or maybe the princess is in another castle.
Oh, what was that? Oh, did you see that?
Yeah. I need a hero.
The music is epic.
Waiting for Kevin Bacon to come in on a tractor.
Wonder?
Yeah, if you don't get that reference, well, we can't help.
Oh. What's that all about?
No idea.
Switch bodies or something?
Oh!
There's our hooded figure.
What is he taking?
It's gotta be sword. It's gotta be sword.
Was he tossing her back through the time door, or is he going with her?
No, dragging him with.
That's as much love as we're getting for Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Oh, how random.
Whole UW0.
Oshkosh is where I went to college.
Okay, y'all, let's review what we've learned. What happens when a Nexus event,
Reading about wave runners.
when the TVA can no longer reset a Nexus event.
and that would lead to the destruction of the timeline and the collapse of reality as we know.
Jesus.
Are you recording or are you alive?
Sort of both.
My jet ski magazine?
My jet ski, man.
They use a jet ski there?
Yeah, you're official now.
Yeah.
Good.
Got the collar popped and everything.
Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
We've grabbed enough temporal aura to know it's our Loki variant, but which kind of Loki remains unknown.
The lesser kind, to be clear.
Let me see the back of that jacket.
Type we should all be very familiar with because the TVA has pruned a lot of these guys, almost more than any other variant.
Tour de France.
which acts as a true holographic mirror of its molecular structure. But you already knew that.
Okay, take a breath. Noted. Teams, including myself and Professor Loki. Why?
Professor.
Because whoever this variant is, we haven't been able to find him. So let's bring in an expert.
That guy gets his one line. Why?
I'll have my magic back. Is no one concerned about that?
What?
Me betraying you?
No.
Why not?
Because you already know that we can catch you, and how's betraying us going to get you any closer to the timekeepers?
An audience with the timekeepers is on the table.
Keep that focus.
Oh, I suppose maybe he can change his timeline so he doesn't end up with Thanos.
It's the Nexus signature located.
Hey, we're back in Oshkosh. All right.
Why don't we just travel back to before the attack, when the variant first arrives?
Nexus events destabilize the time flow.
Zubas and mullets.
What do you see?
I see a scheme. And in that scheme, I see myself.
So he's like a detective now.
Those you underestimate will devour you. You underestimate me, just as you underestimate this lesser Loki, which is why you walk into one wolf's mouth after an...
Ouch.
He's lying. Just playing games. There's no one out there.
Reset the timeline.
Yeah, had me for a second. My ears are sharp, too.
Had me too.
Yeah, see, he's such a character. It's like, how do you know when he's playing games and when he's not?
Let's talk about the one you just botched. You might need this for our discussion. Insubordinate, stubborn, unpredictable. Sounds like someone else I know.
I was just thinking it sounds like someone I know.
Mobius.
What? Those rings are already there.
And they're all from you.
It didn't go exactly the way I wanted it to today, but here's what we did find out. The variant...
He's even doing the Owen Wilson.
They want that variant caught.
So do I.
And this is the last chance you're gonna get with this Loki.
Great, that's all I'm gonna need.
Event report sign here.
This must be from that analyst you keep on the side.
Franklin Roosevelt High School.
Being a trickster is knowing everyone knows you're a trickster, and then many of your tricks can come from exploiting the fact that you know that they know. You know,
Okay, just
You know that I know that they know.
I don't care what makes you tick. You're here to help me catch the superior version of yourself. That's it.
I'm not sure superior is actually quite...
But because you know this variant is better than you, and you can't take it.
Very nice. I mean, it is adorable that you think you could possibly manipulate me. I've been playing a game of my own all along.
What? Charm your way in front of the timekeepers, hustle them, and seize control of the TVA? Am I getting warm? A double cross by history's most reliable liar. I'll give you two options, and you can believe whichever one you want. A, because I see a scared little boy shivering in the cold, and you kind of feel bad for that ice run.
Ice run.
I just want to catch this guy, and I'll tell you whatever I need to tell you.
Soft spot for broken things.
What's the next step of your
No,
manipulation?
this is the final step, your last chance.
Oh, what's my desperate last chance required?
Work.
Work.
Whoa. I can't wait until we see who the actors are that play the Time Lords here.
Who knows? Maybe there's something that we missed.
Well, you're idiots. I suspect you probably missed a lot.
Oh my goodness. Don't tell me the variant ambushed and killed another team of men.
And stole their research on as well.
Don't like being shushed in the library.
Shush.
That is quite the library, though. Holy Jesus.
All files pertaining to the creation of the TVA.
Those are classified.
Okay, I'd like all files pertaining to the beginning of time then.
Those are classified.
Okay, the end of time.
Those are classified.
Okay, what files can I have?
Happy reading.
That's it? Out of that whole library? That's all he gets? Variant. I couldn't read the name on there, could you?
No. Everything's classified, basically, is what we're saying. Ah, destruction of Asgard. Event details. Ragnarok, Class 7 Apocalypse. Total planetary destruction. Entire civilization annihilated. Oh, jeez. 9,719 was the entire population? Huh.
Let's just say
What are you doing?
your salad is Asgard.
No,
in this scenario.
it's not Asgard.
It's
That's
a
my
metaphor.
lunch.
Just hang in there.
It's a metaphor.
Don't set fire to the palace.
I can do whatever I want to do, and it would never matter. Excuse me?
Oh, God.
It's Casey.
There's the apocalypse.
That's the apocalypse?
Ragnarok obliterates the salt. Ragnarok. There it is. Then nothing that I say or do will matter.
Not bad.
Take me to a real apocalypse. Take me to Ragnarok. I'll show you.
Yeah, so you can run away back to your homeland? No.
No, it's not about going home. We could go anywhere.
I'm not taking you for a stroll along the promenade. Well, here's a fun theory. You lure me out into the field and then you stab me in the back. And that's a theory I don't want to test.
I've never stabbed anyone in the back. That's such a boring form of betrayal.
Okay, I've studied almost every moment of your entire life. You've literally stabbed people in the back like 50 times.
Never do it again, because it got old.
Oh, Pompeii.
What? Volcanic ash?
I know we don't want to get too giddy.
Oh, come on. It's cool.
No, it is cool, but it's just not good. Pretty variance energy.
Okay.
Because we gotta be careful. If you're wrong, and there's a good chance you are, we're gonna start very small disturbances.
Very small.
Can you make noises?
Something small.
Doomsdays. The variant's been ambushing our soldiers and hiding out in Doomsdays to cover his tracks.
You're welcome.
Yeah, but in order for this theory to hold, the disasters have to be naturally occurring, sudden, no warning, no survivors.
How many of those disasters could there possibly be?
No, we're gonna find out. Hey, come on, take a walk.
That's a very, very interesting concept.
Yeah, place to hide.
About apocalyptic events not changing the timeline.
Yeah.
That magazine.
Yeah, the one on jet skis.
Yes. Why'd you have that?
Because they're awesome. You know, some things, actually most things in history are kind of dumb and everything gets ruined eventually. But in the early 1990s, there was a beautiful union of form and function, which we call the jet ski. And a reasonable man cannot differ.
I mean, you really believe in all this stuff, don't you?
I don't get hung up on believe, not believe. I just accept what is.
3 magic lizards.
God of the heavens, Asgard, mystical realm beyond the stars, frost giants. Listen to yourself.
They're completely different.
No,
it's not.
Think too hard about where any of us came from, who we truly are. It sounds kind of ridiculous.
No chaos. It sounds boring.
I'm sure it does to you.
You know, you called me a scared little boy. And no one good is ever truly good.
Scared little boy.
Yes, it was quite patronizing. I thought it was a bit too far, actually.
You're very clever.
Oh, did he give him a clue on how to catch the other Loki? Must have.
Variant left something behind at an old crime scene. A cathedral, candy box. Obvious anachronism. I gave it to analysis, but they couldn't find anything real.
Why does that matter?
Because now we have 2 variables. Apocalyptic natural disasters and...
That's where he is.
2050.
You're gonna take my job if I'm not careful.
And this is all based on a theory from the variant who just blew your previous mission.
Yeah, he's doing great.
There's not much I can do if it doesn't work out.
For all time.
He's always talking very quietly. You notice that? Maybe it's just me.
One step at a time, just in case.
Absolutely. Roxcart is a vast superstore common to the era. It consists of a series of...
Oh, it's like a Walmart. Oh. Look at that. They weren't kidding.
You go with D90, he stays with me.
What are you talking? He's under my supervision.
This is my field, Op Mobius. If he's not a threat, then it won't be a
Of
problem.
course he's a threat. Do you not remember the Time Theater? That's why I want him with me.
You are more than welcome to go back to the TV.
Huh.
You can trust me. I understand. I have to earn that, so I will.
Why is it the people you can't trust are
Always saying.
Oh, is he watching? Sure enough. Oh. That's never good.
What are you doing?
Shopping for plants in this storm. Hurricane sale.
Could that be you?
Oh.
You're the fool the TVA brought in to hunt me down.
What?
He's transferring from body to body.
If anyone's anyone, you're me.
I see what he just did.
Oh, it's her.
Wow.
Brought her with.
Oh, bless. Are you going to call your little friends for help?
So are they like done when he does that, or are they just knocked out?
I think just messed up because the other girl that they just found.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he did the same thing. She was alive.
I'm going to overthrow the timekeepers. What say you, Loki?
Oh, don't call me that. You can call me Randy.
God, now I understand why forefathers.
I'm not interested in ruling the Time Variance Authority.
Oh, he's got charges.
Call the TVA. Let the infirmary know.
No. I gave it away. I gave it away.
What did you give away?
The timekeepers, where they are. I gave it away. How to find them.
P15, what is your status?
Well. Okay. That's what I thought. Yeah, I wonder if that other version of Loki knows what happens to him with Thanos, but I guess it'd be a different strain, so maybe it doesn't.
That's your plan. Lure us all here so you could blow the place up. I miss Randy.
You really do love to hear yourself talk.
You're not the first person to tell me. What?
Vacuum? Yeah.
Any order you find me desire.
I have shit to do.
I don't think the other people would hear that, maybe?
Yeah. I mean, big store, I suppose, but...
Brace yourself, Loki.
Oh, is he... There he is.
What is this about?
This isn't about you.
Oh.
Wait, what?
That's not what I expected. That's a lot of charges.
Oh, he's been busy.
Yeah, he's got... I thought he only had like 4 or 5 of them. Oh, where's he sending them?
Where are they going?
Back to the TVA?
Oh, look at that.
It's branching out like crazy.
Rotary phones.
Loki, wait!
Oh, just in time. Oh, what a finish. All right, folks, that was episode 2 of Loki, and I gotta admit, it's so hard to trust what Loki's genuinely up to versus what he's projecting as being up to. So this has been a lot of fun. I did not expect the big twist there at the end with it not being him. I thought for sure that's who it was going to be, but apparently not. And now we don't know where Loki and our villain are headed, but they apparently sent all the charges to the TVA or the Sacred Timeline. That thing was splitting like crazy. So my question is, do the TVA employees have to go to every single one of those branches and try to fix it? Or can they not fix it? Is it just going to be total chaos? So I got a feeling we might be seeing the Sacred Timekeepers a little bit sooner than we thought. Again, this is episode 2. There's only 4 to go.
Well, I think it's interesting that they went back to 2012, and as we, jump back forward into modern day, we've seen so much stuff about the multiverse, right? Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
We've got Spider-Man, the Spider-Verse. So, the fact that they have this sacred timeline where everything is on the one timeline, I think, and this is coming from a casual Marvel fan,
Which we are.
I think maybe this is the setup for there being all the alternate timelines, maybe multiverses and stuff like that.
That would make
Because if
sense.
there's, and look, I don't know if the sacred timeline means there's not multiple universes or the multiverse doesn't exist. If a different universe is a different thing from a different timeline, you're really gonna have to help us out in the comments below. This is where we really wish we had Diamond Dave in the answer.
Oh, I know, because the one thing that I'm wondering is the woman who we thought was Loki. Now, folks, I got to ask a really dumb question here. Is that his mother who we saw get taken out, but with just shorter hair? Because you guys know me and actors. I have a hard time.
Or is it a different Loki in a different multiverse timeline?
That
I
could
mean,
be.
we saw, we saw in Across the Spider-Verse,
The different versions.
the different versions of Spider-Man, of course, and the multiverse is it's an interesting place. So that's what I'm wondering is whether the female is actually somebody else or whether it's a different version of Loki. This is all very, very interesting stuff. And with only 6 total episodes, we're a third of the way in here after wrapping up number 2. And I think this was a really interesting episode. You know what I love is, look, I'm going to be perfectly honest. It's so hard to wrap your head around the multiverse, right? Like, it's a lot. But when they're talking about not, having some sort of variance go off, the idea that if you hid in some apocalyptic event and didn't change that it was an apocalyptic event because it was a natural disaster and something that was unknown, that you could do whatever and it wouldn't change the timeline. That's very, very interesting because, when we look, not just Marvel, everything that we ever watch, whether it be Back to the Future, Time Cop, whatever it is, we are told the rules are if you change one little thing, it can impact, right? Butterfly effect. However, it's a very interesting concept that if you were to change something that happened right before a natural apocalyptic event, that it wouldn't have any impact on the future. And Pompeii is a great example. If you let the goats out of Pompeii right before that volcano happened, does anything change?
Nope.
Not really. Not if it's right before that happens. So, everything aside with the, with the story about Loki and the TVA, the very concept that you could do something before a natural, unpredicted disaster and it wouldn't have any sort of impact on the future. That's a very interesting concept.
Yeah, because we've never really had that before. It's always been, oh, don't do this so you'll change the future. We've never had a situation where it didn't matter what you did. And it's a really cool
This,
idea.
as far as I can ever remember, is the first time where any sort of, whether it be a movie or a TV program, has, brought up that idea that you could do, pretty drastic things, and in certain situations they wouldn't impact the future whatsoever. That was a really neat concept.
Yeah, it was. I mean, obviously it's a little bit different, but we of course had the scene in Endgame where Doctor Strange had to go through the 4 million or whatever variance ways they were going to fight Thanos. They all ended the same except one way. So it's interesting how they play on that, where they found a situation where it truly doesn't matter what you do. There's no change in it. Your fate is set. And they kind of mention that with the timekeepers as well, where they know the past, present, and the future. They have it all laid out with what's going to happen. And there's really no choice involved. You kind of end up at the same place no matter what you
Yeah,
choose.
that's a philosophical discussion
Right.
about your life being predetermined and free will, and we could talk about that.
How much time you got, folks?
I only got an A in a handful of my college classes, but philosophy was one of that. And of course, when you get into certain religious discussions and other discussions about the universe, free will versus fate, and how those overlap and interact and all sorts of things are of course discussed. But that could, we could go down a hell of a rabbit hole on that one. But I really like some of the ideas that they explored in this show, because I think it's very unique and very original. But can't wait to get into the next one.
Yeah, and we're getting more Tom Hiddleston, so that's always a good thing. All right, folks, this was a lot of fun. You edit that out, Dave, maybe? All right, folks, this has been a lot of fun. So for the Appleton Oak, I'm Mason Quinn. This has been Bad Medicine. That was Loki. We will see you back on the next one.